think I messed up, y'all. I'm sorry. Am I getting this right? Ugh. What is happening? Chat moderation. Okay, where is chat? Live chat on. Okay, on. I don't want it hidden. All messages. Okay, I think it's on. All right, sorry you guys. I think I set it up wrong and I ended up coming in a little bit late, but I was going to make this, and so I figured let me make it with you guys. Let me just do this live instead of, hi, how are you, Lilith? Sorry, I'm late. That was not on purpose. I thought I set it up for 6 o'clock, but it was 5:30. Thank you. Thank you. So we're going to make some quick little brunch items. You can bake them the same night or you can bake them the day after. So you can make them and then stick them in the fridge. Oh, yay. Thank you for being here. So I was going to make this and I was like, let me just go live and do this on a live. It might be so much easier. And so I did post a video for pastry crust. So you can use pastry crust if you want to, but if you don't want to, today we are going to be using the good old Pillsbury dough sheet. This is the crescent dough sheet. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use that and we are going to make these delicious raspberry cream cheese filled goodies. And they are so good for coffee, like I can't even. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we've got a block of cream cheese. This is homemade cream cheese. I had some leftover milk, so I made some cream cheese. So this is 8 ounces, okay? And you're gonna want it softened. So this is going to be a cheese Danish filling. So you can also use this filling for Danishes, okay? All right, so the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna add 3 tablespoons of sour cream. And this is how you make it nice and creamy. And we're also going to make a savory one. And all of these are quick and they are super yummy. So I'm mixing this. Y'all, this one is quick, it's delicious, it's my favorite. I love it. I have been eating so many pastries lately. All right, the next thing you're gonna wanna do is add in 1 egg yolk. The egg yolk helps hold it together and also gives it like a little body. So you're gonna have a nice creamy filling, okay? I cannot believe I was late. My apologies. It was just the confusion. I don't usually schedule the lives, so that was wild. So we're mixing this. And I'll show you guys my favorite raspberry filling for pastries. Okay, and then we've got a 1/4 cup of sugar. And this comes together very easily. So just make sure that your cheese is at room temperature, a little bit on the colder side because you don't want it too runny whenever you're filling your pastries. And for the Pillsbury dough, you don't have to get the sheet. If you find the crescent rolls, you can use those. I'm a huge fan of raspberry, especially raspberry white chocolate. And then the final thing is cornstarch. You're gonna wanna use 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. This helps keep it together and keeps it creamy. And again, use this with whatever filling you want. If you are not a raspberry person, switch it up with something else. You can do the lemon cream. You can also, if you get apple pie filling, it would be, you have to grind it up a little bit, unless you're making them flat. Just cream cheese is savory? Yeah, it is. So the savory ones, that one is a surprise. It's going to be spinach and cheese egg quiche. So that one, this is our sweetness because I love something sweet in the morning. Like, that's like what we do in Algeria. We eat something sweet with coffee in the morning. Yeah, you can. You absolutely can. And since, you know, 'tis the season, you can also do a, if you get pumpkin, so instead of getting pumpkin pie, get pumpkin pie filling. But like instead of just, I'm sorry, instead of getting pumpkin puree, get pumpkin pie filling. That way you can use it for your pastries. I do too. Actually, we can do like a pistachio mousse. That would be really good. All right, so this is ready. And then for anybody out there who loves to bake, these emulsifiers are incredible. Okay, they have them in a lot of different flavors, and you don't have to use a lot. So like if you get the almond, you use a little bit and it tastes incredible, but don't use too much. But they are really, really good. So this is the butter vanilla. So I'm putting just a little bit of that in here. And it's also great because they're not colored, so it's not gonna color your pastries or your cakes. I like it more than the extracts. Yeah, and I have made this with pumpkin pie filling. Delicious. All right, so we've got this one. All right, sweet. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I got a cup and a piping bag. If you don't have piping bags, just use a Ziploc. So I'm gonna fill it in here. And I like to have these set and ready for me. You have to try this, y'all. It's so good. Oh, sometimes I do add like a little bit of white chocolate syrup in this because I love white chocolate. I have the sugar-free. I'm not going to today because the last one that I made was white chocolate. So this is just going to be regular sour cream, tart. All right. So got this one. And you guys, whenever you're cutting pastry bags, if you're not someone who bakes a lot and you like struggle with the pastry bag, so you see how there's a seam in your bag, okay? You're gonna want to fold it along that seam. Thank you, Lilith. You're gonna wanna fold it on the seam. So then when you open it, it automatically opens. It doesn't get like flat and weird and you're like squeezing through, just like that, okay? So this is one that we have. And then our next one, you guys, this is my favorite filling. Hi, M-Flo, it's good to see you. We're doing some Sunday brunch prep with shortcuts. I don't know if you know. Hi. So I don't know if you know, but I do have a really good pastry crust posted on my page. So if you want to use that for this recipe, you can. But today we're doing it the shortcut version and using Pillsbury. So you're welcome to use that or use the pie crust that I posted. Also, the pie crust that I posted, you can pre-make that and stick it in your freezer. And then come the holidays, just poke it out and make all of your pies out of it. The proportions that I gave you guys are pretty big. So you would be able to make 2 pies with the bottom and the top. So that's what I was saying. So this one here, would pumpkin puree work? Yeah, absolutely it would, Lilith. I would just add like maybe a little bit of pumpkin spice seasoning to it if you do like the pumpkin. And I would also add just a little bit of sugar or something like maybe some maple syrup to it, just to give it a little bit of sweetness, just because, or else it does just taste like straight pumpkin, unless you don't mind that taste. And if you're going sugar-free, you can also just add like a little packet of sugar-free to your filling. It's delicious. And that's what, oh yeah, you were here the other day when we made the pumpkin cream cheese muffins. Delicious. Those are some of my favorite. And same with the scones. I think I showed them yesterday. So over there, I don't know if you can see it, right over there, those are almond biscotti. And then I also made some mini pumpkin scones. Delicious. I've eaten way too many scones. I love scones. So this one here is my favorite brand for fillings. This raspberry is absolutely delicious. So I would absolutely recommend this one. They also have, a blueberry. They also have almond for anybody who's into marzipan. And And the almond obviously would be incredible for bear claws. So if you're interested in that. So yeah, absolutely. Me too. So I have my cup. So again, we're gonna fold this with the seam. You see the seam? Just makes it easier. I do too. Oh my gosh, Lilith, I have been playing with some of that Mexican candy, the one that's La Rosa, the peanut one. So I found that they have bigger ones and small ones. I have mixed it into several different dishes, like sweets obviously, and it was incredible. So I might have to make something on the channel with it. I love marzipan, but no, this one is it called also marzipan because it has it's peanut. And the only marzipan that I know is almond. But yeah, it's that La Rosa, it's like a coin shape. Incredible, I love it. So we're just gonna take this, you don't have to do anything to this because it's absolutely delicious just the way it is, and it's the perfect consistency, okay? So I have this here. Gonna push it down. And if you have an air bubble, just poke it slowly, kind of like feed it down like you're milking a cow. And it will slowly find its way down. Okay, so these two are ready. I'm gonna put them right here. Just actually move them on this side. All right, now, you don't need anything fancy for this. We are going to use these. And I do, even though there is butter in this dough, and there's butter in like a pie crust, you do want to just kind of give it a light oiling or buttering, just in case the raspberry kind of overfills, you don't want it to get stuck on the edges and you struggle to take it out. Okay, so I'm just going to give it a light spray over the sink. Okay, and then just gonna need a flow. Sorry, my stuff is like everywhere. I was like getting ready to clean and do this, and then I was just like, oh, let me get this going first. All right. Just gonna open it. I like that these don't pop as loud as the. Oh, I lied. It popped. Hey, Sammy, how are you, honey? It's so good to see you. You guys, like, it popped. It's so good to see you. I hope you've been doing good. I know. Listen, it's crazy. I don't know. Have you guys seen these? These were pretty new. These, like the sheets. These are the Pillsbury sheets. I know the pop. It always gets me. I trusted this because it usually doesn't pop like that. It's usually the other ones that do. All right, so we're just gonna see if y'all can see that. Sorry for the grunt. What? All right, can you guys see that? Yeah. So I just have this laid out. We're just gonna cut some circles and move them over here. Let's see what size do I want. So I got my little cutters, okay? We're just gonna take this. How many do we have? 12? Yeah, 3 and 2. Bless you. Okay. So you're gonna take this, give it a little bit of a stretch. Thank you, Sammy. It's good to be here, honey. I can't wait to do the lives with for Halloween and stuff. That should be a lot of fun. And you guys, I don't know, so if you would like, if you want to check my community post regarding October and it being Breast Cancer Awareness Month, if you guys know anybody who might need some of the information that I'm willing to share, please let them know. So if we have enough people, then we can do it live. If not, then I will gladly just make a little video. So if you guys know of anybody who might need that information. It's just like some things we can do, just some tips, some things I have figured out with my mom's journey that were very helpful. You guys, sometimes I like to do like late night baking, but I'm like, oh, I wonder if it's too late for people to come hang out. So I would like to do like a super chill, like fall vibe baking. Okay, thank you, Lilith. Yeah, just let me know if anybody needs it. I would love to, do like a special for, even if it's like 5 people and you guys want to do it live, we can do that. Like, it does not matter how many people we have, or even if just one person needs it, I'd be more than happy to do it. Because I know it's not for everybody. Like I said yesterday, I know that some people are triggered by that topic, and I understand. Believe me, I get it. But it's just important. All right. Okay, sweet. Perfect. All right. So we have a little bit left, and we've got 4, and we're not going to waste any of this. We're just going to put it together. When you're cutting stuff out and you have to roll out a little bit of dough, try not to overwork it, because it will get very elasticy and make it an absolute nightmare to roll. So we don't want to do that. Get my rolling pin. I do want to find like a better setup for the lives, because right here I have more room, but I might just get like a bigger board. I do like working on the board. And like I said, so I did do this with the pastries. I have done it with the pastry crust, and I have done it with this before. So it's good stuff. And I don't like to use the same stuff for savory and sweet. So that is why I'm doing 2 different things to show you guys. But you can do whatever you want, whatever works for you. All right. And then after Halloween and everything, after we're done with the Halloween stuff, we will do Dia de los Muertos, and we will do Dia de los Angelitos for the children. I'm going to make it specifically to do with children that we've covered in true crime, like children lost to crime, so we can honor the little sweeties. So, is this a different view of the same kitchen? Oh, I did not move. No, you guys usually see me, Sammy, yeah, you see me usually right over, are we flipped? Is this my right? Where am I looking at? Oh, y'all usually see me over there. But yeah, no, it's the same kitchen. Yeah, we're going to do Dia de los Muertos for sure. And for Dia de los Angelitos on the 2nd of November, we are going to do some cookies for the kids, and we're going to light candles for the kids. I don't know if I can do, so basically if anybody has a kid, that they remember or has, touched them in any way that's unfortunately been lost to those circumstances. I'm going to do a lot of like the Colorado cases, because those are ones that I've been involved with, but any kid, it's going to be like, it's for all of them. Because I don't know, for me, it's like whenever we're done with a case, it's very difficult to just kind of let it go, I want to at least remember those things. The good things, And I'll put a list when the time comes of the names and stuff. And cases, if there's any cases that anybody wants to review, we can also do that prior, because I want that day to just kind of be happy, for the kids. Because I do really appreciate the way that the Mexican culture does Dia de los Muertos, because I feel like they have a good, what's the word? A good way of coping with death. It's kind of like psychology of death and dying. It's pretty incredible. So I think it's important to, honor those things in American culture that we have. Like, we're lucky to have so many different cultures, so I want to try that out. I saw a community post. Okay, perfect. Thank you. So you guys, this is our Danish filling. Like I said, you can use this for any of your Danishes. If you don't want to make them into cups, you can also make them into different shapes and fill them. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this. And if there's any of this left over, you can make some mini pumpkin muffins and stuff them with this, and you'll have delicious muffins. Okay, so I'm just piping this in here. These are so good. And when they're done, I do fill them with, hold on. When they're done, I do drizzle some frosting on top. Just like a piped one, like it's not hard to make. It's just like just add powdered sugar, vanilla, and a little bit of cream until it just has like a little bit of a thick consistency that you can pipe. Oh, okay. I hope you post like a picture of it or something. All right, now this is our raspberry filling. Again, if you are not a raspberry person, feel free to use, again, I'm gonna tell you, where's the brand? You guys, I don't work for this brand. Nobody paid me. This brand, get you some. This is good stuff. I've been very impressed with them, okay? And then what we're gonna do is just gonna take our raspberry, put it right there in the middle, and just keep at it. And I might actually get these babies baking, and they'll be ready in the morning. If you don't want to cook them at night for your Sunday brunch, you can put them in the fridge and cook them in the morning, and they'll be perfect. You can also bake them. You can also bake them in the oven. Once they're done cooling, put them in a tight container and stick them in the freezer. And then you can just take them out the night before and you'll have them ready in the morning. Okay, so we've got this. I like to sprinkle a little sugar on mine, so give me just 1 second. I'll just use this. So this is the sugar I like to use on top of my scones, on top of most of my sweets. It's just the raw sugar. I love it. I love the crunch. So y'all will be able to see this tonight because I'm still going to be working on the other portion. All right, so we're just going to sprinkle a little bit. Just going to put this on here. One of them got a little neglected. Love the raw sugar because it reminds me of sea salt. Yes, yes, I love that too. All right, perfect. Okay, so these are gonna go in the oven, 400 degrees. They'll cook for about 15 to 20 minutes. Just check on them, and yeah, they'll be good to go. So there they are. We go. They smell divine, if I do say so myself. Since I didn't put white chocolate syrup in this or flavoring, what I might do is like a white chocolate glaze to go on top. Just a drizzle, but we don't have to do all that. Okay, they'll go in. All right, so our next order of business, and look, I still have some, so I might put these in a tart. I have like these little mini tarts containers or whatever. So I might fill that up with that later and just, because you guys, I can live on pastries. That's the truth. I would have a pastry over, just wipe some of this off. I would have a pastry over savory food any day. And my husband always says that I have a separate stomach for pastries because I'll be full while we're eating, but I'll have room for pastry. Yes, especially cheesecake. Don't even get me started. So I was thinking I'd either make them in this because I would want it to be a little bit bigger, or I could do it in this one. Or in this one, but I'm not a huge fan of these silicone things. I really am not. They just don't sit well with me. Okay, so this is going to be our cups. Grab it. So I get these from the Walmart. Okay, these are like the best hash browns ever. They taste just like the McDonald's hash browns. Let's get the... Y'all, excuse me for just 1 second. I need to get paper towel. So, like I said, these are amazing. You can put these in the microwave and then give them a little bit of a, you know, put some oil on and just fry one side, fry the other side. You'll have it crunchy. You can put them in the oven, delicious. And I think they're even flavored with onion because you can taste a little bit of onion in there. Yep, onion powder. That's right. So this is what we're using. I just took a frozen pack and defrosted it. The kids really like these. So these are like a nice quick breakfast item to have. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take this. I'm going to spray this. And obviously they don't have to be massive. I'm just putting them in this bigger one. So they're still a little bit frozen. What I'm gonna do is just give them a little squish. I did let them defrost for just a little bit. So we're going to use these as our cup for the filling. Just make sure that you nicely cover the bottom. And the buttering for this one is not just to ensure that it doesn't stick, but it also gives it a little bit of an extra crispiness. So that's what we're making, these hash brown cups, and they're going to be filled with a quiche filling. I got the pumpkin symbols. Are they? Oh, you know, I haven't been to Trader Joe's in a hot minute, but they just opened one by my mom's. So I'll probably have to check that one out. I haven't been to Trader Joe's in a really long time. And actually the first time I went to Trader Joe's, I expected for them to have like a lot of like fresh produce and stuff. That's what I was expecting. And they didn't have that. I was like, okay. But some of their frozen items are pretty good. And their bread too. And so for the filling, you can do a variety of different things for the filling. For a lot of breakfast items, I do like chopped peppers and onions to go with it. But for this one, I'm doing spinach, egg, and cheese. Ravioli. Oh my gosh, that sounds so good. Oh my gosh, Lilith, you have to, one of these days, try that recipe I posted of the squash and gnocchi salad. That's my favorite salad of all time. And it's made with arugula. So good. There's also a squash hummus. Yeah, I'll have to try it. Like, so yeah, I haven't been to a lot of Trader Joe's, and then every time I go to the one that was around in Boulder, or is still around, it's not too far away from where I was living in Boulder. That one was always busy, just packed. Squash hummus, yeah, so good. And it had like a little bit of like this maple drizzle on top. So good. All right. And just make sure that if there are any like holes or gaps or whatever, just fill them so that your egg mixture doesn't fall out or spill out. All right, we go. All right, so this is what it's gonna look like on the inside. They're just hash brown cups. Yeah, I know a lot of people do. I think they do have good frozen items. I think I just expected more of like a Whole Foods for some reason. All right, so for the next thing that we're going to do here is, oh, I already put an egg white in here because we had the egg yolk from earlier, so I had an egg white that I just threw in there. All right, let me grab the eggs. I'll put right here. I feel like I'm getting allergies all over again. Okay, so for this one, since we've got 6 cups, we're going to use 2 eggs for each one. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Do we want 12? I might do 6 because I'm actually still, let's do 6. If you make them bigger, use 12. So 3. Is that 4? Yeah. 5. 6. Okay. And then to this, we are going to add some pepper. I like the coarse crushed pepper. Thank you. And then I'm going to add in some dry parsley. And like I said, if you want to use chopped red peppers and onions in here, it'll be really good. So good. Well, you already know that because, you know, kind of like I like a Denver omelet. Those are delish. Alright. So I'm going to give this a quick whisk. So one thing I will tell you is sometimes whenever we make like a breakfast item or something, we do add like a sauce, like a salsa of some kind to it. And just if you do that, just be careful not to add milk because it will curdle if you do that. So if you're not going to use a salsa, then you can add milk and it'll be fine. So you just don't want it curdling. Okay, so our egg mixture is ready. And then I just strained some I have some spinach that I strained here. Okay. And then to this, I'm going to add this as the seasoning. Yeah, sure. So this one here is the spinach artichoke dip. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this in the store. They just sell them in these packets. You can just add them to cream cheese, spinach, and artichoke. So, all right. So we're going to add this in here. I don't know. I like to cook for everybody, so I don't see why not. You can make a whole event out of it. Invite everybody. All right, so that's what I'm going to use for my filling. So this is just some spinach and some spices. And the way I'm going to do it is, and the way that you can do it for whatever filling you're using, you want to scoop the filling into it and then pour your eggs over it. All right, that should be good. So you're going to want to add about a tablespoon in there. Squish it down on each one. And like I said, you can pre-bake these and stick them in the fridge, in the freezer, I mean, and then just take them out whenever you want. I like to reheat things in the oven. The microwave is just not the same, or an air fryer if you have one. Yeah, it's a hair. Oh my God, I lost my words. It's the hash brown part is kind of like the crust part. So they're hash brown cups. Breakfast cups. And I will create a little bit of a well into them. Okay, so just with my knife, I'm just going to scoop it out a little bit, just give it like a little bit of a fluff. And then this is our egg mixture. Still feel like there's one that needs to mix more. You know what? We're not going to waste this either. I'm going to throw this in here. There was just a little tiny bit left. All right. So we're going to pour this in. Sounds... Oh, it's 2 in the morning. Y'all, so we're gonna, can you see that? I'm so sorry. Y'all can't see it. Okay. So I'm gonna pour this in. And try to keep it within the cup. And I know like some people like the crushed red pepper on top, so you can do that. Oop, that one went a little overboard. That's okay. That's what happens when you add stuff to the milk. Now this one needs a little fluff. All right, give this a quick mix. And this is why we butter the container, you know, regardless of, besides this one making it crispy, it's always a good idea to butter it. Because God forbid you have to take some egg when it out of something that it sticks to. All right. Got that. And of course I can do like an omelet or something out of this one. I only made 6 of these. You can make these mini if you want to. Whatever's clear. Also, if you want to make like egg sandwiches and want your egg not to be dry or anything like that, cook this in like a little container in a water bath, and it will make like a custardy type of egg, but it will still have, it'll be kind of like a firm jello almost, right? It'll be kind of like flan. And then, and then you can put it in croissant with some cheese and you'll have an egg sandwich. Okay, so, wait, I'm still mad at this one. This one is telling me it needs more. It's like eating the egg. And then the other one is almost ready. All right, cool. Now we're going to use some Gruyere cheese, okay? And we are just going to give this a sprinkle right on top. Use whatever cheese suits you. All right. And then these are gonna go in the oven, bake at 400 degrees for about 20 minutes. So here we have it. And let's see. Okay, so these are ready. Let me show you what these look like. I put like all of my mittens and things like that in the wash. Excuse my bending over, y'all. Okay, so these are our little cups, okay? So they're right here. Once they cool, they're going to deflate a little bit, okay? But yeah, I wouldn't eat them right away, right? Because they have to, so while they're cooling, we're just going to put the drizzle together here for just a second. Move this. I will be using this momentarily, so I'm just going to put them right there. I will also be using that extra egg, just like when I get off here. They're so, you guys, these are my favorite. Like, I have to tell you. My goodness, I'm glistening. All right. So, next thing we're going to do, yeah, that's right. we are going to, I wasn't planning on making the drizzle right now, so excuse me for just 1 second while I grab a couple of things. The other day, and divine. All right, so we've got just a little bit of our powdered sugar. And obviously these are too hot for me to put this on right now, but I'll just show y'all. You can also get like a little fancy with it, but oh, there's some white chocolate syrup. I add a little bit of this, or you can also just melt some white chocolate and put it on there. So this is awesome for brunch if you want to give it a try. I'm just going to use this raspberry thing because I was going to mix raspberry with it. I was like, meh. So whenever you're making the glaze, just add just a tiny bit of milk, like a teaspoon, okay, to like a half a cup of your sugar, and then you'll know just how much to add. You know, you don't drive yourself crazy. Just slowly get there. So as you can see, this is too thick, right? We can't drizzle this. This is more of like a frosting. So add a little cream, and it doesn't have to be cream. You can use creamer, you can use milk, you can use just a little tiny bit of water if you want to. So half and half, whatever. Still going. See, it's getting there. Just gonna add just a little more. All right, sweet. That should be it. Now you can put this in a pipe-in bag, a Ziploc, whatever, drizzle it over the top, or you can just use a spoon. Perfect. All right, so I'm going to take one of these out to show you. All right, so this is what it looks like. It's delicious, okay? And let me get a plate to put them on so I can drizzle it. You know what, actually, let me just drizzle it on. I usually put them all together on like some parchment or whatever and just drizzle the whole thing together. But since they're still hot, I'm not going to do that, but I still want to show you. So there it is, right? And this one will solidify on it. And you guys, when you do store these, after they cool, you can just cover them and put them on your counter. But you know, it's cream cheese and egg and stuff like that. So I wouldn't let them sit for too long, but I promise you they don't. Do you have a website for recipes? I don't have a website, but I usually post recipes under my shorts because I usually make shorts. I did give the recipe for this one while going through it, but I would be more than happy to post the recipe in like the community post, or if I do like a little highlight on this one. So this is what it looks like. Again, if you do want to use the what is it called? The pastry, the pie crust. Pie crust recipe is right there. If you guys want to use that, go ahead. But this one we used Pillsbury, okay? So it's freaking hot, okay? Y'all see it? It's real good, okay? And then I'm gonna stick these in the oven too, or I don't know. I might just put these in the fridge and just bake them in the morning so they'll be nice and hot. But yeah, so this was our prep for Sunday brunch. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you need any recipes, you can always leave a comment in the community. And yeah, I'll get you whatever you need. All right. Thank you guys so much. Love you. Have a good night. And see you soon. Bye.